You've reached the Holiday Helpline. We turn the holidays into holidays.
Hi, the countdown to Christmas is on, and we still have tons of gifts to cross off our list. Help!
Time's almost up. Get to Old Navy today.
Old Navy?
Yep, right now the entire store is up to 75% off.
Up to 75% off the entire store? I'm on it.
Plus, Old Navy's got amazing last-minute gifts for the whole family for just $3, $4, and $5 in store and at OldNavy.com. Better hurry, it ends Sunday.
Gifts for $3?
Yep, last chance to turn your holiday into a holiday. Get to Old Navy today. Valid 12/20 to 12/24. Excludes gift cards, register lane items, jewelry today only, and 2-day only deals.
Blog Talk Radio.
Now, what's that smell? Just like cornbread done too well. What you need, you know I got. The hands up, who wants to rock?
All right, good evening, Metal Faithful. It is I, the mandated reporter, and frankly, I'm mortified, Mr. Mark Radulich, and this is the Metal Hammer of Doom. It's Star Wars Week, ladies and gentlemen, Star Wars Week. That's right. We are doing all things Star Wars. At least we're going to try to. Let me give you guys a little bit of the old inside baseball here. This is another Screw You Blog Talk Radio night, as we thought we had the music uploaded. Apparently, they had this problem last week where whatever internal mechanism Blog Talk Radio uses to put our music in the board isn't working the way that it's supposed to, and we're trying to get it together. We're gonna play some music for you. I swears on the preciouses. But it's a bit of a slow go. It's a bit of a piecemeal effort. But if nothing else, we have one track uploaded. Jesse Starcher is quickly in the booth. He's frantically running around trying to get this thing together. We're gonna put something together for you tonight, I promise. In the meantime, what am I talking about? Well, we're trying to review, since it's Star Wars Week here on the Radulich Broadcasting Network, we're trying to review the self-titled Galactic Empire album, Galactic Empire. What is Galactic Empire, you ask? Well, it's an instrumental heavy metal band that plays music from the Star Wars franchise. It features Boba Fett, Boba Fett, get it, on drums, Bass Commander on the bass, Dark Vader on lead guitar, Shadow Ranger on the guitar, and Red God on the guitar. And joining me tonight to talk about this, he has a hot date, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to hear about all that too. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Lonely Hearts himself, Mr. Robert Cooper, the Metal Coop. How do you do, sir?
Well, if this podcast didn't work out, we could have just audibled to a Boba Flex album.
I actually discovered Boba Flex about sometime last year. I heard their Start a War song, and that became one of my favorites of 2016. Damn good song.
So is it getting up there in the Hatebreed listening charts?
Dude, for a while that was like straight running music for me. Anytime I was out exercising or doing anything physical, I had to throw on the Boba Flex. Boba Flex,
Oh,
ladies
man.
and gentlemen.
Don't tell Jamie Josta. He might get jealous. Or he might have to cancel the Greensboro show again because there's too much fighting in the mosh pit.
Oh, Jamie Josta, you wild and crazy guy. All right, have you ever heard of Galactic Empire?
Not at all. When I listened to it, I was like, this is a heavy metal band doing Star Wars.
that
is exactly what I expected. It is what is on the tin.
Yes, there's no fooling, and we are slowly but surely getting the tracks on here. So, hooray, we have a show. My wife isn't going to divorce me because I'm throwing things around the living room. My children aren't going to be traumatized because I'm screaming and yelling that I don't care about them. I care about the show, Robert Cooper. The show must go on, and it's going to. We have at least 3 tracks. Can you believe it? Jesse Starcher is hard at work.
How many tracks are on this album again? It felt like a good
a lot.
14 of them.
Not 14. I can tell you in a second. Give me a moment here. So what's happening is little by little they're being uploaded into the studio, and then I gotta put them. I gotta organize them and put them where I can find them. See, we have 4 tracks, ladies and gentlemen. 4. The countdown is on. We can actually start to play some of these in just a few minutes. You wanted to know how many tracks there are, Robert Cooper? I'll tell you. This is professional stalling is what this is. Let's see here. Playlist. Come
If it
on.
were professional, we'd be talking.
There's 11 songs.
Okay, that's not awful. I don't know. I guess it's because all the songs are like 6 minutes long. I was like, whew.
I accidentally played one of them. All right. So let me real quick. We did a whole review. The whole reason why we're doing Star Wars Week is because The Last Jedi has just come out in theaters. It's dividing fans.
I loved it.
You loved it. Okay, you're a smart man, Robert Cooper. I like you because you're my friend. And
I had
you're
a friend of mine,
man.
like him and his dad, were on Facebook just hating on it. It's be like, oh yeah, it's just for all those member berries. Just those people like, oh, remember Star Wars? Yeah, it was. Somebody called it a interstellar Bronco chase.
An interstellar Bronco chase? Explain.
Yeah, you know, like OJ and the slow speed Bronco chase.
Oh, got it. Okay, yeah, now I'm with you. Yeah.
I was like, you know what? I disagree, but that's clever.
That is clever. Oh, you're so clever. My balls! What happened to my balls? Someone hurt my balls! These guys
one of my coworkers told me
clever.
He told me he like kind of liked it at first, and he's going to see it 10 times in 2 weeks because Star Wars is his thing. But he's like, the second time I finally understood what was going on, and the third time I really appreciated it. I'm like, oh, I watched it once. I'm like, okay, I get it.
Yeah, it's like, I think
I'm
your friend's
a second time.
slow. If it's taken him that long.
I think he was overanalyzing maybe. But yeah, I'm going to see it tomorrow. I got a hot date. We're going to go eat barbecue at lunchtime and then go see a movie.
All right, before we play the first track on here, and I actually do want to play some music. Shut up and play some music, as I said on the Consolidated album. Play more music, as it were. What is the deal with this girl? Now, when you say you have a hot date, like, you like really have a date, or is it like you and your mom are going? Like, what's the deal here?
No, it's me and a girl. No, so it's about like about 45 minutes away.
Ooh.
Yeah, she's even a nurse, so I can hit her with that old Animaniacs line.
Hello, nurse.
Yep. Yeah, no, I mean, she's really cool. She's cute. She loves nerdy shit. One of her pictures on Tinder is her with a guy in a Green Ranger costume. So I'm like, all right, marry me. Yeah. So
all right,
I don't know.
We have all the tracks. So let's get Jesse
Whoa.
on here. I see trees of green. I see all the tracks. Get on here.
Nuts too. Hey, I hit somebody with that the other day, by the way. Jesse will be proud.
You hit him with the D's nuts?
Yeah. Yes, I was telling a friend of mine because I got a package in the mail, and I said, so I got a package in the mail today. It's just like, well, what was it? I was like, these nuts. Got him.
I said that to a girl I work with today. I said, I'm going to need you to talk to my lawyer. And she's like, who's your lawyer? And I said, D's. And she said, D's nuts? And I said, yes. Because we're so witty.
Yeah. Yeah, I was, because I was excited about what I got in the mail. It was, I bought for like $20. It was like 36 DVDs without cases. Oh boy!
You know what I just got in the mail? Omaha Steaks.
Ooh.
What are you whispering about over there?
Chicago deep. We got some.
Hang on. I gotta go to the gunshot fourth chair. What are you whispering about?
I have to put away those steaks.
Yes, you do have to put away those Omaha Steaks that we got in the mail from my mother-in-law, who thought we needed Omaha Steaks. And really, you can't have enough steak in your life.
Well, no. Especially if your life is staking on it.
Hang on. My wife is interrupting the show to ask me if I like her bath bomb presents that she got for people. She's made, ladies and gentlemen, my wife is crafty. She gets around. She's crafty. And she's always down. She's crafty. And she's just my type.
Oh, no.
She's crafty. All right. But she's actually like really crafty, not like sly, but more like she does crafts.
Artisan?
And she's taken she's taken these bath bombs that she got because she sells Posh, ladies and gentlemen. If you like to get Posh, if you want to put some face mask on, if you want to scrub your face, if you want to smell pretty, contact my wife, Melissa Rattledge, because she sells Posh. And she ordered a tray of bath bombs from Posh, and she made them into snowmen, Robert Cooper. Snowmen for Christmas and wintertime. It's Florida. It was like 80 degrees out today. But snowmen, Robert Cooper. She drew little faces on them, little orange noses for carrots,
I can't wait for her to do the Dubber tribute. You know, where she puts the carrot and the coal in the wrong place.
He says you should do one where the carrot and the coals are in the wrong places.
That's probably not appropriate as a school teacher.
She says that's not appropriate as a school teacher. Anyway, so she's very crafty.
Lowe's.
You do work at Lowe's. You're a smart man. All right. Now at this point, I'm not just stalling to get the music on. I'm stalling because I'm waiting for Jesse to dial back in. Oh, here he is. Oh, my God. Here's Jesse Starcher. How do you do, sir?
Have you guys been stalling the whole time just so I can get on here?
Oh, we are absolutely stalling. I don't even know. Jesse Starcher.
We're like Joe Namath's car. We're like Joe Namath's car on The Simpsons.
I want to give you my appreciation for saving the show. We almost didn't have a show. I almost went to bed, but you got the music on here. Fuck you, Blog Talk Radio. Praise you, Jesse Starcher, and praise Jesus. Praise
It's a Christmas miracle.
It's a Christmas miracle, ladies and gentlemen. Star Wars Week is saved. Jesse Starcher, what the fuck do you think of Galactic Empire, God damn it?
Wow. Well, these guys are interesting. I mean, shoot, I don't know if you guys have seen any of the videos or anything, but
I have.
Decked out all in some great-looking Star Wars costumes and just playing to beat all shit. I mean, there's some fun stuff to listen to. It's nice to hear a change into what we're used to when it comes to Star Wars themes. So, and the epic songs. All these songs are you're going to recognize them if you're a Star Wars fan or just a passing sci-fi fan. They aren't just played in Star Wars. A lot of times you'll hear them in different other types of shows and skits, things like that. But Galactic Empire. This is the first time I ever heard of these guys, and this is their first album, right?
Yeah, this is they released like a single and a video well before their self-titled debut album, which actually came out in February. You realize that I have been planning this all year, ladies and gentlemen, because I am #the schedule. And I saw that Galactic Empire was releasing an album in February of 2017, and I said, fuck that noise. We're gonna review it when The Last Jedi comes out. So let's get to reviewing it, ladies and gentlemen. I'm tired of stalling. I'm tired of wasting time. I've wasted too much time. Fucking you. So here we go. This is the Star. Little shout back out to Steel Panther, ladies and gentlemen. Best song of the year by far. This is the first track here on Galactic Empire's self-titled album, Galactic Empire. This is the Star Wars main theme.
You want me to change your snare, sir?
It's no good to me dead.
Hey, guys, if we're stopping for a minute, I'm gonna go take a leak, if that's cool.
Really, dude? Who set up my guitar?
Enough of that. So I wasn't prepared for the little bit of comedy there in the middle. The version that I have on Spotify, it just plays it straight. They're not goofing around in the middle of the song like that. So I just thought I would mention it. Overall, though, good, strong beginning. You know, you can't go wrong with any version of the Star Wars theme. And I have heard many a version of the Star Wars theme. Jesse knows. He's heard the Evil Genius Orchestra do their cocktail version, Cocktail in the Cantina, with Jasmine St. Clair on the cover from back in the day. Rob, you know who Jasmine St. Clair could be?
Sounds like a porn star.
There you go.
Here's a porn star. Very good, Robert Cooper. You get a go.
Look at this thing. I was a growing boy at one time.
You were a growing boy at one time. Anyway, Yes, I've heard lounge versions of the Star Wars theme. I've heard jazz versions, Trotter Trio. I've heard, all kinds of versions of Star Wars. If you name it, somebody has tried it in a different style of music. It's insane. This is one of now Epica also covered a little bit of Star Wars. They did the Imperial March, which we're going to hear actually next. But other bands have dabbled with the Star Wars main theme and the Imperial March. Those are the two big ones usually. So I'll go to you guys. Jesse, Galactic Empire, the Star Wars main theme. What'd you think?
Well, they're bringing it in with a solid opener. I mean, what else can you do but open a Star Wars themed album with the credits crawl practically what you're going to hear right at the beginning. So it's the way to do it for sure. I just want to go ahead and tell you I found an interview here where they're talking to the band. One of the questions, I believe they're talking to Darth here. They said, "What are your
Darth,
suits?"
Not Darth.
What is it?
Dark.
Okay.
Vader.
Dark
You
Vader.
missed the beginning. It's Boba Fett on the drums, Bass Commander on the bass, Dark Vader on lead guitar, Shadow Ranger on guitar, and Red Guard on guitar. You make
all right. Very nice. So they ask him, where do your suits come from? Because these guys they play live, all decked out, and their answer is this: our armor is forged by a master craftsman with only the galaxy's finest materials. Also Amazon.
Terrific. All right. Robert Cooper, Galactic Empire, the Star Wars main theme. Go.
It was only half as good as my middle school symphonic band's version.
Wow. Really now?
Oh, no, I'm kidding. That was probably shit. It was funny. I went from last chair to the middle of the pack in a whole semester because I didn't care. And then I decided maybe I should.
What'd you play?
Trumpet.
Oh, okay.
And then halfway through high school, I switched to tuba. But funny thing was, it's because my mouth got used to playing the tuba. I couldn't play the trumpet, but I never learned the clef and the fingerings that go with the tuba. So now I can't play tuba off the top of my head. I'm great, I tell you.
That's all Greek to me. I couldn't even fucking read music, dude. I had no idea how to read stuff. Maybe I could have gone farther, but reading music, I'll stick with the comics.
So I gotta read this to you.
I can read. All right, go ahead. Go, Mark.
So this is from their Facebook page, and I posted it into the description of tonight's show. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, actually fairly recently, a new heavy metal band was formed by some of the most infamous and feared villains in the galaxy, introducing Galactic Empire. The band performs classic pieces from the iconic soundtrack of the Star Wars films written by John Williams. Dark Vader had the following to say: "These instruments are crude, but should be adequate to shred some faces as we journey across the galaxy. We have been doubling our efforts to complete our debut full-length album in time for the Emperor's arrival. If you are not part of the Rebel Alliance or a traitor, buy our single on iTunes and prepare to succumb to the dark side upon our album's release. Watch the music video and then download your copy of the Star Wars main theme single on iTunes. And may the Force be with you."
Oh, my.
That's a lot of references.
So these dudes are British?
No.
Does it say? Because,
here's what
Well,
we're going to do. I'm going to go ahead and play the Imperial March, and while I do that, I'll pull back up their Facebook page, okay?
All right, thank you.
I didn't get a lot of information from their Facebook page. Here's what I'll tell you. They're actually on tour with Mac Sabbath in the new year.
Oh, we talked about them before.
I love
Yeah, we
Mac
have.
Sabbath.
We need to go see this tour, Melissa. We need to go see Mac Sabbath and Galactic Empire. What do you think about that?
Whatever.
My wife is not being fun
I know
right
what
now.
that answer means.
It means leave me alone, you asshole.
I'm tired of going to concerts. I feel like we go to a billion concerts and only like 2 of them I ever like.
But you'll like Mac Sabbath and Galactic Empire. So they're coming to Cleveland, Ohio, Pontiac, Michigan, Chicago, Illinois, Minneapolis, Minnesota, Denver, Colorado, Salt Lake City, Utah.
When are they in Cleveland?
They're at the Beachland Ballroom.
When?
Oh, February.
There's Shyla.
We could go see Shyla. Ladies and gentlemen, we could see Shyla. Portland, Oregon, Seattle, Washington, San Francisco, Los Angeles, California, Phoenix, Arizona, Austin, Texas. Keep it weird, Austin. Dallas, Texas, Houston, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, in March, Melissa.
That's tempting.
That is tempting.
That's like my favorite place.
Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Worcester, Massachusetts,
Oh, we have family in Worcester, too.
D.C., Brooklyn's in the house, and Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Well, there's a couple of options there. We could go to Pittsburgh and go see Sarah and John.
Okay, who wants to join in on planning my wife's vacations, my wife and I's vacations for next year? So we need to seriously consider where we're going to go see Mac Sabbath and Galactic Empire, Melissa. Anyway, so if you could go to their Facebook page and their About section, they say current location is a galaxy far, far away, and hometown is also a galaxy far, far away. That tells us nothing. So here I have an article that came out late last year, I believe, from NME blog that says, Meet Galactic Empire, the heavy metal Star Wars covers band. And here's the only piece of relevant information. When did you decide to make an album of Star Wars music? Our drummer, Grant McFarlane, a.k.a. Boba Fett, made a drum video of himself playing along to the Imperial March a few years ago. Eventually, he thought to expand on that idea by adding guitars to the arrangement, which then snowballed into an entire album's worth of material. And it just kind of goes on from there. That doesn't really tell you where these guys are from, but at the end of this article, they played a bunch of dates in throughout England. So that's all I got for you so far.
They do have a Kickstarter that I'm looking at right now. Now it maybe I don't know how Kickstarter works. I mean, I've heard it I've heard the site used before, but I assume they help. As a Kickstarter, you want to try and get things off the ground to support your project. The Kickstarter that I'm looking at right now had raised a pledged goal, or they had a $60,000 goal and reached it with $61,352 for the album, video, and tour, according to what I see here. So they must have either one or two things happened. Either they already had a decent following and they were able to get word of mouth spread about this band, or they may have played a little bit of a video or put together something first to show that to people. And of course, it caught on, and a lot of people were wanting more. So interesting that they went the Kickstarter route and got things started that way. This was all back in looks like 2016. So right before the album released, I'm sure.
All right, what did you think of their take on the Imperial March there, Robert?
I dug it. One thing that does drive me a little nuts about this band is that they've got the sort of that new school double bass going on with the drums, where it's got the trigger. You can hear it, and it drives me a little crazy. I don't know, there's something about it. Instead of having it's not kind of like the old school to where it's got both foot pedals. It's a different style, and it's got a different sound to it. I don't quite like it as much. But otherwise, good song.
Jesse?
Okay, Rage Against the Machine covered this one, right?
What?
Didn't Rage Against the Machine cover the Imperial March?
Epica did.
Okay, Rage Against the Machine did as well. I'm fairly certain. At least they got a YouTube video for it. And that was one of the first ever covers that I can remember hearing from a Star Wars song that I should say that had a metal tone to it. So hearing these guys, I don't know. I want to double check this and make sure.
Hang on.
Go ahead.
Hang on. I'm going to go ahead and play something. You need to get this for me. We need to hear this right now.
I'll get it. I have it right here, so I will grab it and put it up. You go ahead and play the next one.
All right. This is actually, I have two favorites on here. This is one of them. This is, and really this is probably one of my favorite all-time Star Wars tracks from all the movies. It is absolutely, by far, by a country mile, the best part, the best element of the Phantom Menace. This is Duel of the Fates. Robert Cooper, Duel of the Fates. Can you dig it?
Dude, Duel of the Fates is my shit. When I was a kid, my favorite Star Wars movie was Episode 1 because it came out in 1999, and that's when I saw it. Darth Maul had a really cool double-bladed lightsaber. The funny story, I had a poster of him in my room that I was actually terrified of. So eventually my dad took it down because he got tired of hearing about it.
Darth Maul is a gruesome-looking fellow. That's the thing. Like, Phantom Menace in a lot of ways looked really cool. It is the very definition of sizzle over steak, because there's not much to that movie, and there's a lot wrong with it. But like I said, Darth Maul looks cool. The lightsaber battle is not my personal favorite because there's nothing behind it, but it's probably the best choreographed. And certainly
Ray Park's a fucking awesome, like a badass. Like, Ray Park is an amazing stuntman.
Right. And obviously has Duel of the Fates behind it, so that helps. Jesse, what's your favorite Star Wars movie?
Ooh, I'd probably go with Jedi.
Right.
Jedi was now when I say Jedi, I mean Return of the Jedi.
No,
we
know, and you're wrong. That's not that.
Well, okay. Did we? I really don't want to go down a road with you in regards to that. I know how that road ends. but
I'm a little
yeah,
opinionated on the matter.
I really did like Return of the Jedi. I thought it was. I think Empire was too dark for me, man. As a kid, it was something that left me sad at the end. Too many open questions. Dude just lost a hand. I mean, come on.
You might not want to go see The
Cake.
Last Jedi. I was going to say, you might not want to go see The Last Jedi then.
Oh, wonderful. I'm going to come out of there like, this is stupid.
Speaking of Return of the Jedi and The Last Jedi, can I just say I was really happy to see Luke's green lightsaber make an appearance?
Okay, let's not spoil it for Jesse.
I'm not spoiling anything. I'm just saying there was a green lightsaber.
Okay. All right, real quick, let's go ahead and listen to Rage Against the Machine play some Star Wars.
Now,
wow, that was the gayest thing I've ever heard.
Hold on now, all right? I only believe what the internet tells me, okay? So if you type in Rage Against the Machine in YouTube and type in Imperial March, the top three are going to be this, all right? Now there's, I should say investigating a little bit more here. The first comment on one of them here, it says, this is the Imperial March Rage Mix from Star Wars Force Commander. Rage Against the Machine had nothing to do with it. So
terrific.
Yeah, this is like that. This is like that time I sent my best buddy. I'm like, hey, it's Dio covering Ozzy. He's like, Dio hates Ozzy. I think you got the wrong guy. It was Tim Ripper Owen. I just went by the title.
All right.
Well,
we're sorry for wasting everyone's time. Let's move on.
No, now somebody may not have heard that and really dug it. Maybe you may not have.
And
somebody
they're wrong.
out there may have. No, okay. Now, continue with the podcast.
They're wrong, and Return of the Jedi is not the best, not your favorite Star Wars.
Next song. Have we got the Cantina yet? Can we please get the Cantina? Maybe
right.
Rage Against the Machine did a remix of that. I'll look.
I hope. All right, this is the Force theme. that one's kind of meh. But that might be because the source material is not. I mean, it works in the movie. You know, when Luke's looking into the sunrise and you hear, you know, and you hear that theme, that all works just fine. That as a heavy metal song, not so much.
Yeah, it's tough to cover something like that with a different genre, I guess, of music. I mean, I don't know. I look at this album as it's really hard for me to critique it and say, oh, you guys did a bad job. That's not the case. They knocked it out of the park with every single one of these songs. And when you give them something like, okay, here's the fourth song, turn it into a metal song, you do what you can. And I think they did a fine job. I don't know of any other way, unless they just really decided to revamp it and somehow make it upbeat, which it's possible, but then again, you may be losing some of that heart and soul behind what that song is. Coop?
Yeah, I felt like it was really solid yet unspectacular. It didn't really change the song enough to be like, hey guys, let's metal cover. Mm-hmm. It just kind of felt like the normal song, yet not as important in a way. Like I didn't feel it the same way.
Mark,
no,
go ahead. I was just going to say, if you go and see these guys, are you dressing up like, are you cosplaying?
No, I don't fucking cosplay.
You're going to stick out like a sore thumb, I bet, because I think there's going to be a lot of cosplayers.
That's fine. So I'll stick out. But I don't. Rattledge don't cosplay. Put that on a T-shirt. Put that on a T-shirt and fuck it. That's what I say. Put that on a T-shirt. How about that?
All right, then.
All right, moving on. So I says to the girl today, I says to the Goyles, I said, you know, I'm good with 2 kids. I don't need any more children. And besides the fact I took the bullets out the gun, so quite frankly, if my wife ends up pregnant, I'm going to shoot the doctor. And not one, but both girls said, why would you shoot the doctor? Are you insinuating that's who got her pregnant? No.
I was going to say shoot the milkman.
Why does no one get this? If by shooting the doctor, I am insinuating the doctor messed up my vasectomy. Is that really lost on people when I say it that way?
Ah, there you go. Well, no, what they're thinking that you're talking about the doctor that's delivering the baby. At least that's where I went. So I'm like, wow,
oh,
he's just doing his job. He's just doing his job,
really?
Mark.
No,
what are you shooting him for?
I went with the doctor who was sleeping with his wife.
Well, that's what I thought he was insinuating, but I didn't know. I thought it was the gynecologist. I didn't think it was the. It's a stretch, Mark. I'm sorry, stretch, Mark. Uh-oh.
You know.
Let me tuck it. I'll use that sometime later.
You know, my dad said that to me years ago, that if my mom had another child, he'd have shot the doctor, and I immediately knew what he meant by that. I don't know why this is lost on everybody else.
Sorry.
I'm
sorry, but we don't get your highbrow jokes, Mark Radulich. I'm sorry. You're in your hoity-toity.
It's like I have a coworker. He's like almost 60. And he's got 1 kid. And I looked at him one day. I'm like, "You sure that's all?" And he's like, "What do you mean?" I'm like, "Well, you did used to be the milkman."
Let's go ahead and listen to track 5. This is The Asteroid Field. that one's not bad. It has a little bit more to work with than the Force theme, but it's a little too willy for me. What do you think, Rob?
Hey, I love Wheedly. Wheedly was my uncle.
Was he now?
Yeah.
I'm scared to ask.
He was a good friend of mine.
Okay.
So it's Calvin Klein, no friend of mine. Don't want nobody's name on my behind.
Sure. Anything else, Coop? Any other family members we need to know about?
I still got that one manager that shows up on my family reunion.
A manager?
Yeah, one of my managers, because she's best friends with my cousin, so she keeps showing up, and it's really annoying because nobody likes her.
All right. I don't know where to go from there. I mean, I
didn't either. It took me a second to realize that she was in all my family get-togethers, and I was like, "Oh, you're that bitch."
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
She's about as charming as a fart. I mean, she's nice to look at.
Okay. Well, okay.
There's somebody else who's charming as a fart, but nice to look at.
The interesting thing, or the challenge, I figure, for these guys is that they've got to turn, a lot of horns and other classical instruments that John Williams used in most of his composing into electric guitar wailing sometimes, or wheedly, as we say. And I wish I could say that I've heard the soundtrack enough to understand where some of that stuff fits in, or where some of it's actually them, I guess I would say, adding to it or improvising the song. Does that happen a lot in this particular song that you guys recognized off the bat, or is it just pretty standard fare? They're trying to get everything from the John Williams song over to this one.
Robert,
okay.
You want to take that
I
one?
asked. I feel like I asked a question that doesn't have an answer.
Yeah, like why the hot dogs come in packs of 10, but the buns come in packs of 8.
Okay. Well, let's just say that I don't know if there's stuff that's being added to it or taken away, or if it's just note for note we're doing a faithful rendition of this song.
Well, there's no
what
double.
sounds like some.
There's
go ahead.
I think
no
it's more of an
double
adaptation myself.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's no double bass drums in the original music.
Okay.
Or guitars.
Know of.
Well, I got that. I kind of figured there probably isn't. The instruments are different. I just didn't know if the music was. You know what I mean? Like when he's doing
heavy metal, and this is heavy metal, and that's and John Williams is doing an orchestral version.
Holy shit! I come here to the Metal Hammer of Doom for an education, and look what I got. An education. Son of a bitch.
You got dumb fuckery and tomfoolery.
I can be a smartass too, you know.
I don't know what you want me to say.
I just want you. I want to know. Well, I don't want you guys.
Yvonne,
are more familiar with the soundtrack.
Yvonne,
don't get that started. No, do not.
Stop her, Yvonne. Dude, I listened to that again today, and I was dying laughing.
Oh gosh, man! I made my son listen to it. I said, hey, dude, you gotta listen to this. I fast forwarded all the way to the end, 5 minutes to the end of source material with a gag reel hit, and then I made him listen to it. My kid, 7 years old, laughing his ass off. I was like, all right, I won today. I won.
You won life. Very good.
Let's call it a day.
All right. Let's go ahead and play track 6. This is my favorite song off of here. This one's going on the big mix. This is Battle of the Heroes. should have. But badass, man. Awesome.
Yeah, I really like it when the choir kicks in on the 2 tracks that we've heard so far. Those are probably some of my favorite ones off of here because it gives it that epic Star Wars feel, in my opinion. And it doesn't feel so much like a cover of a song. It sounds more faithful to what you expect from the movies. Coop?
I really feel like this does a better job of adapting a Star Wars song than I don't remember the name of the song. The one from the first Star Wars movie, Episode 4 with the Tatooine sunset. You know what I'm talking about. One we called kind of just meh. I feel like this does a much better job of integrating the metal sound in with the John Williams orchestral score and really making it shine, making it stand out. I really dug it.
Yeah, I really think they did a great job with that one. Unexpectedly, because I thought Duel of the Fates would be my favorite off of here, but yeah, that one really kicks it into high gear. So good job there. And actually, I think this Galactic Empire peaks with this one, because after this, it's all kind of it's all right. So let's get to Jesse's favorite track off of here. This is the Cantina Band. Are you ready for some jizz wailing?
Jizz wailing!
Jizz wailing, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to hear some electric heavy metal jizz wailing. Robert Cooper, are you ready for some jizz wailing?
That depends on what harpoon I'm stabbing them with.
Hey-o!
No! No! Here we go.
I was like, damn, how'd that make it into the song?
So, I want to give you, again, as Jesse Starcher said, we are here to educate the masses on the Metal Hammer of Doom. So let's talk about jizz, Jesse Starcher. I know you like jizz. I know Robert Cooper likes jizz. Let's talk about some jizz. Jizz. I have the Wikipedia entry for jizz up right now, and I'm going to read you this entry. I'm going to tell you all about jizz. Jizz was an upbeat, swinging genre of music, most notably performed by Figrin D'an and the Modal Nodes and the Max Rebo Band. Other notable jizz bands include Bubalo Baker's All Biff Band, Ever Orbis and his Galactic Jizz Wailers, Hut, Fingering Dan 2, and the New Modal Nodes, and the Sosnels. Subgenres of jizz include jizz whale, aubade, and glitz. Also, the music form of jats was reminiscent of or in some way similar to jizz. Did you know that, Jesse Sarter?
The Return of the Jedi novelization introduced the term jizz whaler to describe a musician, but the term jizz as the name of the musical style was not included until the publication of Tales from the Mos Eisley Cantina 12 years later. Let's just talk about something real quick about the nomenclature of jizz, okay? Let's talk about it. When do you think that became a slang term for what we are obviously running through our heads right now?
I don't know what you're running through your head. I'm thinking about music.
Yeah, certainly.
Which head?
Certainly. I heard that, Coop. Yeah, there's... Okay, I don't know who in their right mind decided to call this. I don't know if they're just trying to say jazz, but we're going to make it kind of sound spacey and say jizz. Oh, wait a second. I didn't know that that was a slang term for spunk, semen. Yeah. I don't know why in the world they called this that. It could be anything else. As a matter of fact, I just watched an Angry Video Game Nerd video released, I think it was last week, and he was playing some Star Wars game, and they introduced this fighting style called something, Katrasasi or some kind of crazy crap in the Star Wars. Thank you. And he goes and grabs he has the Star Wars encyclopedia right there on the shelf, and just like we are right now, he immediately stopped and said, jizz whaling? Jizz whaling? I mean, come on, people.
It's what it is. What we just heard was some authentic jizz whaling.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What's the problem, Jesse? Do you not like jizz? Or jizz whaling?
Do I not like jizz? Oh, man.
I do not like it, Sam. I am.
I just walk into a club and yell, hit me with that jizz. That's what I yell.
Open wide. I want to get some of that jizz on me.
Gosh. I mean, you could go, use any slang term and just start calling anything you want, you know? Just hop in the old pussy and go to work. What do you mean, pussy? Well, that's what I call my car now.
It's all relative. Nothing means anything. Words don't matter. Right,
no,
Rob?
It does not.
All right, well, I'm going to go take a gaping anus, and then I'll be back.
I think that's... Well,
we are a silly show.
Oh, shit.
All right. Speaking of silly shows, this is Ben's Death, a.k.a. the TIE Fighter Attack. I mean, that's a decent rendition of what's originally in the soundtrack, but not tremendously interesting to me. What do you think, Jesse?
Agreed. I remember as we go longer into the album, again, it's more evident to me that these guys they're trying to remain faithful to what we hear on the soundtrack. Some songs stick out, some don't, and again, I can't criticize them for doing a great cover of a song. So I think what we learn by listening to this is that some of the music in the original Star Wars score works as a heavy metal tune. Some of it just doesn't. Some of it's just, it does not work as heavy metal. And I think that's what I'm discovering with this. This album is a bit uneven. And it's not that the guys themselves are bad performers. I think they're doing a hell of a job. I just, like I said, I think some of the material they chose to work with doesn't work as a heavy metal song. What do you think, Robert?
Yeah, I would say that this song is very much kind of like that one I mentioned earlier. That's, again, the name escapes me. Just the one that we just kind of find because I feel like it has the same sort of vibe to it. It's trying to do more of a epic heavy metal sort of vibe to a song that's more somber, and I just don't think it really works all in all. But
all right.
Good try.
I think if I had to sum this album up in 2 words, we need more jizz. Yes. I was going to say if I could sum this album up in 2 words, it's good try. But I think we can sum it up in 4 words. We need more jizz.
Yeah, sure. Once you take that when you go to the concert, you don't have to dress up. Just make a sign like you're at a wrestling match, okay? And you just hold it up. We want more jizz.
I'll start a chant. More jizz, more jizz. We want jizz. We want jizz.
Oh, boy.
And we'll see how fast my wife leaves me in whatever town we go to see this in.
She will not understand why all these crazed fans are not turning on you immediately and giving you the side eye because they all know what you're talking about. It's your wife that's in the dark.
And you know what? I just realized this band had a real opportunity and they failed. They could have been was it a Biff? One of them could have been one of those guys with the saxophones. Yep, could have been one of them. But nope, we didn't choose the one musical alien in the entire franchise. Only one of them.
Somebody could have been Max Rebo. Like honestly, somebody needs to start another Star Wars heavy metal band and needs to cosplay as Max Rebo.
Who's going to be the Twilight Dancer though? And are they going to open with Jedi Rocks?
God, I hope so. I want to hear like a heavy metal version of Nub Nub. Coke is up to you, Nub Nub. Coke is up to you, Nub Nub.
Nub 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 Nub.
All right. Let me ask you a question, Robert Cooper. When you go on your date later, are you going to tell her about the jizz? Are you going to expose her to some jizz?
That'll just kind of depend on how the barbecue goes, I guess.
He pops the CD in and he goes, I don't normally do this on the second date, but here you go, baby.
I want to give you you really need to build it up too.
Get a load of this.
Oh, man.
Oh, no. Hey, baby, I want to give you some jizz. And she's like, what are you doing? Keep your pants on. And you're like, pants? I wanted to play for you some music. It's jizz. Played by some jizz wailers.
Oh, no, you're not doing it right because I'd be screaming because I got maced.
All right.
We got the wailing part down.
This is track 9. This is Across the Stars. Jesse, what do you think of Across the Stars?
I think this is my least favorite on the album, to be honest. I just did a little bit of cross-referencing to try and figure out which of the movies this applied to. This was the love theme, apparently, on Attack of the Clones. So
that's why I didn't remember it.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out where does this fit into the movie songs, and I had no idea.
I don't like sand. It's coarse. It gets everywhere.
It's coarse. Oh.
What?
My mother didn't love me enough.
I don't like sand. It's coarse.
Oh, Padme.
Oh, Padme. Oh.
Poor Hayden Christensen. He can actually act. That's the funny part. It's just not when Lucas is directing.
Well, how many more times do I have to bash Lucas on any one of my shows? Because God knows I do it a lot.
Ooh, yeah. We're about to change the name of the network pretty soon.
Everybody hates George Lucas.
Welcome to the
George Lucas
Everybody
is a
Hates
bitch ass.
George Lucas Network.
Well, join us as we jizz whale and hate on George Lucas.
I will tell you that my daughter did say that she wants to watch the Star Wars movie. She was asking somebody at school about what order she should watch them in. And I said, well, when you do this, will you please let me be a part of it? Because I've tried. I've tried in the past to sit my sons down to watch them, and they're not having it. They don't have the patience for it. And I think Kira's maybe finally the kids are at that age. I know Kira definitely is at an age where she can sit and watch a whole movie and actually, pick up on a lot of the stuff and be interested in it, So I might actually go back and watch these all the way through. So give us your order there, Mark Radulich. What do you say?
It's the machete order.
We're
going to go with the machete order.
You go with A New Hope, and then Empire, then you skip the Phantom Menace, you go straight to Attack of the Clones, then Revenge of the Sith, then Return of the Jedi.
Okay. All right. Sounds good. We just might give that a shot because I tried to do that a few years back, and yeah, like I said, the kids were like, "We need more Dora." I was like, "Okay, well, I'm out of this room." So
yeah, I absolutely tried this with my kids too, and it was an abysmal fucking failure, and I wanted to kill myself.
You feel so distraught because you loved these movies. How do these kids not love them? How do you not love R2-D2 and C-3PO? And
it's fucking horrifying. It's and then it's like then you see what they are into, and be like, you're all a bunch of apes. There's no other way. You're all terrible. I know you're my children, but you're all terrible human beings, and
you've let me down.
You don't deserve Star Wars.
I'm holding this until you're ready.
Yeah. I've actually thought about taking my daughter to go see The Last Jedi, but considering she ugly cried at Coco, I'm not so sure The Last Jedi is a great idea.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Hey, I loved Coco.
Coco was great. I'm just saying she might not, if she couldn't handle like the emotionality of Coco, pretty sure watching the entire rebellion resistance get decimated is not going to be up her alley. Pretty sure her mother's going to get aggravated with me for bringing her to go see The Last Jedi.
Do you think they'll have that Frozen short in for The Last Jedi?
Yeah. Hey, it's a 2.5-hour movie here. What can we do to make this a really enjoyable experience for people? And a 20-minute short. It'll be great.
Fuck, man.
That was really fucking, like, when I saw it, I'm like, I like Frozen. I'm like, this doesn't feel right. And I was listening to some podcast, and they were like, yeah, it was great. They put the Frozen short there so the white people would show up. I'm like, oh, yeah, that all makes sense now.
Ah, brilliant.
Jizz wailing. All right. This is
I don't want jizz wailing in a children's movie, sir.
This is the forest battle, where an entire legion of my best troops gets taken out by the Care Bears. It sounds like a psychotic circus has come to town.
It is pretty schizophrenic, isn't it? It's all over the place.
That's a Jawa.
Houdini!
Houdini! Yvonne! All right. All right. So, what did you think of the forest battle, Jesse?
Oh, I think it's okay to end it. Just like I said, it's upbeat and fun. They're having a good time playing this. You could tell. I want to know what you think here. Let's just say everything gets quiet. All right, at the concert you're watching, and they come up on stage, Galactic Empire, and Dark Vader grabs the mic and says, "We want to play something new for you right now." All right, and ladies and gentlemen, this is Jar Jar's motif. Are you going to scream and yell and be excited, Mark Radulich?
What the fuck is Jar Jar's motif?
Apparently that is the 7th song on the Phantom Menace soundtrack.
Probably just going to clap.
Okay, all right. You're not going to abjectly hate on the fact that they're playing something in tribute of Jar Jar?
No, I mean, if we get Jar Jar working, then the whole trilogy will work. That's what George Lucas told us. Jar Jar's the key.
All right. He's the key? All right, then.
He's the key.
I mean, he was the one that cast the final vote that threw the entire galaxy into the shitter. I mean, he got that galactic tax reform.
Who wasn't waiting for Snoke to turn to actually be Jar Jar Binks? I honestly, I wish at this point, with the reaction of The Last Jedi being as piss poor as it's been, in terms of like, oh, this isn't my Luke Skywalker, it's not my president.
Oh no! I thought I was going to make the one political joke.
At this point, I wish J.J. Abrams would just troll the audience, and just does stuff like that, where the most evil being in the universe, Snoke turns out was really Jar Jar Binks, and Like I really wish it's just like he just makes a bunch of terrible decisions that aggravate Star Wars fans to the point where they abandon the franchise altogether because I hate them. I hate them all. I hate them, Jesse Starcher. I hate the precious sisters.
Oh, I could tell. You have
know what
some,
he should do? He should do what Lucas did with Revenge of the Sith. Release a movie that, I mean, I don't mind the movie. A lot of people hate it, and a lot of people love it. But release a movie that is just so okay that it seems great compared to the other two shitty ones you put out. So what we got to do with the last one here is totally shit the bed. Just let nothing go resolved. Everything look awful, and then put in Jar Jar. And then people are going to be like, oh, my God, The Force Awakens, The Last Jedi, those are so fucking great.
Here's what I think they should do. They should open the movie with the Millennium Falcon being chased by one of those dreadnoughts, and then have the dreadnought below the entire Millennium Falcon sky high with the entire cast on it. Okay? And then the whole rest of the movie is like General Hux, organizing the first order. Like Kylo Ren.
Even better. It's General Hux grooming his sideburns.
I want a 2.5 hour movie of General Hux General Hux's daily routine. He's like getting up, he's reading the morning paper, he's drinking coffee. Yeah, kill off the entire cast in the first 5 minutes, and then just follow Hux around.
Sounds wonderful.
All right, track
and
11.
Then bring in his father, Bill Hux, to bowl.
Oh no!
The only worst person in the galaxy.
I want a 2.5 hour Star Wars movie where Bill Cosby sings "Baby It's Cold Outside."
It'll be Leonard Part 7.
Oh, gee.
Butter. I'll get you with butter. Jesse, have you ever seen Leonard Part 6?
No, I have not. I have not seen Leonard Part 6.
Do yourself a favor.
I did just recently hear a reference to Ghost Dad, so I do know some Bill Cosby, but Leonard Part 6 is one I've not seen.
Tell Kira that this is part of the Star Wars franchise, and just and put on Leonard Part 6.
Okay, there's 1 through 8, but there's Rogue One, and there's also Leonard Part 6. Okay. We've got to catch Leonard Part 6. You understand that, right?
Without Leonard Part 6, you won't understand any of the original trilogy.
He's a key character.
I think it goes, how's it go? It goes in A New Hope, Rocky 5, and then Leonard Part 6.
And she'll never watch movies with you ever again.
That's already good. Now,
it'll be like
go and tell all your friends what you learned.
And then it'll go the Land Before Time 7.
Wonderful.
Okay, I'm trying to find. Oh, you have to see the Leonard Part 6 scene where he's chasing the lobsters with butter.
How old is that movie? That movie is like what, 1980? It's late 80s, right?
Something like that. Here, let's play the last song, and then we can talk all about.
Yeah, let's talk about it right here on the Star Wars podcast that we're not talking about Star Wars on.
This is Throne Room, end title. me go ahead and give my final thoughts on this as we start to run out of recording time. I'm going to give this a solid B. It's a fun album. It's a little long in the tooth. I mean, after a while, the whole gimmick gets a little overdone. But for the most part, there's some really fun songs on here, some really lively, kick-ass heavy metal. I give these guys a lot of credit. They did a really good job with this. But like I said, it's a little too long. A couple of these could have been cut, made it a little bit tighter before the gimmick got kind of redundant. So, like I said, overall, I'll give it a B. Jesse, what do you think?
Galactic Empire. This album is not something where you're going to. It's hard for us to really sit down and criticize it, at least for me anyway, because I'm not going into this thing expecting anything different other than covers, pretty much. And the fact that there's no vocals at all, other than the goofy bit that we've heard there near the beginning, which attribute that to YouTube. But regardless, it's all instrumental. So stuff like this right here is perfect to throw on in the background. Let's say you're just sitting down and maybe you're, I don't know, reading some Star Wars. And you want a little bit of like a Star Wars. I got it. Why don't you read some Princess Leia, just released on the Source Material podcast this past Monday? Put this on in the background. It's going to set the mood is probably the best way that I could describe it. So it does its job. I'll give it a thumbs up easily. So, Coop?
I almost like it was like hating a George Foreman grill.
Okay, hold on.
I mean, it.
Wait a second. Well, that is the weirdest fucking thing I've ever heard in quite a while. Please explain.
Weirder than jizz whaling?
Well, those two terms kind of go together. If you think about it.
Jizz whaling on the George Foreman grill. What'd you do? Fucking reach climax and smash your dick in a damn George Foreman grill? Good God.
I thought you know it was going to be this kind of a party. I'd have stuck my dick in the mashed potatoes.
What did it try to cool it off after burning it on the George Foreman grill?
Tube steak.
Anywho, so with the George Foreman grill, I mean, it's kind of it's a novelty. I mean, you're fucking buying a grill sponsored by George Foreman. I mean, it'll get the job done. It's not going to do nearly as good a job as what the original, like, I don't know, fucking flat top grill do. But I mean, it's serviceable. It's fine. If you want to go, hey guys, you want to see me cook with a George Foreman grill? There you go. Kind of like this album's like, hey guys, you want to hear Star Wars but metal? There it is.
There it is.
And as Star Wars but metal, it does an all right job. Really, I feel like this is more for sound bites. Just kind of like BuzzFeed clips. You know, like, oh, check out this Star Wars themed heavy metal band.
I bet they would be awesome to see on tour. This might be one of those bands that don't translate well to a CD, but better, in person.
Yeah, they seem like your sort of time that would really get an atmosphere. I mean, I'm not saying this album is bad by any stretch of the imagination. I give it a solid 2.5. Oh, let's go 3 stars. A little above 2.5 stars, because what really works, it works. It has the Star Wars feel to it. There are certain songs that are actually elevated because they've got that aggression that really comes with heavy metal, so it works. But there are some songs they chose that really just, I don't really feel that the aesthetic that they have chosen really fit the music, which is disappointing because they seem like a bunch of talented guys. One question I do have is the longevity of this. At what point are they going to have to be like Cannabis Corpse or not Austrian Death Machine, actually. Austrian Death Machine kept going. Cannabis Corpse used to just do parody songs with weed references. And eventually they became like a legit band. I'm wondering at what point they're going to have to kind of bite the bullet and maybe create songs about Star Wars. I don't know. Mm-hmm. Give me my Darth Bane concept album. He's my favorite Sith Lord.
Okay. All right, folks. That is it for the Metal Hammer of Doom's contribution to Star Wars Week. Go back in the archives and you can hear on the Source Material podcast in honor of Princess Leia and Carrie Fisher, who left us a year ago. We covered the Princess Leia comic book, and we had a long, in-depth, and intelligent discussion about Yvonne. It's Yvonne.
Who the fuck is Yvonne?
Speaking of Austrian Death Machine.
We were Benjamin J. Colon and our friend of the show, David Wright, showed up on Damn You Hollywood to review, along with myself and Robert Winfrey, The Last Jedi. We spent 3 hours, every last minute of 3 hours, talking about that movie. And that was without any fuck-ups from Blog Talk Radio. So go ahead and give that a listen if you've got 3 hours to kill. Tomorrow night, Sean and I will be closing out Star Wars week with our on trial of The Empire Strikes Back. And then next week is the last week of the year here on the Rattle Engine Broadcasting Network. We're finishing off with a pair of Jumanji shows, and in the middle, the pickle in the middle is the Metal Hammer of the Doom, and that is our year-end special. We're going to pick 4 songs apiece that we didn't get to talk about this year, and we'll play them for you right here on this year's show, and we'll talk about it. We'll see what else is going on in the world, what else we remember. I'll share with you my final list. How many was it now? I think it's like 57 or 37. How many songs do I have on here? Yep, the best of Metal Hammer of Doom, the best of 2017, is 38 songs long. Woo-wee! So we'll go ahead and share that with you. Jesse will share some of his favorites. Rob will share some of his favorites, and we'll close out the year strong. Starting right back up again in January. Boy, you have a busy January ahead of you, Jesse, because we got a pre-record 300 to air on the 8th, then Black Lightning on the 15th, and The Vision on the 22nd, and then you and me go live Monday the 29th to talk about Black Mirror Season 4. Can you handle that? Can you handle all that podcasting? Are you ready for all this jelly?
I'm ready, my friend. I'm ready to bring in 2018 with the quickness.
We got January fucking loaded with Metal Hammer of goodness. We got the new Morbid Angel, Kingdom's Disdain. This actually came out this past December, but I want to start off strong. I want to start off with something I know Rob was going to like, and I didn't want to not do it. So we're going to start off 2018 with an album from late 2017. And we're going to keep on going with stuff we missed from 2017 with the new Asking Alexandria, which just came out.
Why would you do that to me?
And then we start off 2018 with the new Corrosion of Conformity. We move on to Avatar Country, and then we close up January with the new Machine Head, Catharsis, which comes out on January 26th. So we have a loaded January for you. I'm very excited. Robert Cooper is a little scared, just like the sheep in the days of old. He's a little frightened, but that's all right. Jesse Starcher, go ahead and do your plugs.
All right. Yeah, source material right here on the Rattleage in Broadcasting Network. That's my comic book show that we do usually just about every Monday. We're at over 140 episodes. There's going to be something in there for you to enjoy. If you're a Star Wars fan, there might be something on there that you would like to maybe check out in the realm of comics. That's right. We did way back in the day, source material number 10 and number 11 are a two-parter of Star Wars Dark Empire. That's right. It was all by my lonesome, and boy, that I don't know. I can't really stand by the quality of that episode since it was so early in my solo podcasting career, which turned into my good buddy Ronnie Adams coming on and saving me and helping me out, and then Mark Radulich doing the same. But then
I took over the show.
But then last year, December of 2016, what did we do? We wanted to contribute because the most recent Star Wars movie was releasing at that point as well. I believe it was Rogue One. Was Rogue One last year in December as well?
It was.
Okay. And so me, Mark, and Ronnie talked the Star Wars, the original script turned into comic book form. That was a treat. What's the one thing that sticks out in your mind, Mark Radulich, from that comic book?
Oh, straight up punching Princess Leia right in the squaw in the jaw.
Square in the jaw. That's right. That was a 4-parter, real easy, digestible episodes. I don't think they were more than like half an hour long, if I remember right. And then, of course, Princess Leia, 2015 Marvel series, just got covered by me, Mark, and Ronnie here this past Monday. And, of course, Yvonne. Oh, my goodness. It was a lot of fun. You get to learn about what Princess Leia did right after A New Hope ended. What was her motivation?
She did lots of cocaine. Didn't you see the fucking Christmas special? She had the coke nail.
Yes, indeed. So, other than that, go give the Radulich and Broadcasting Network Facebook page a like to stay up on top of all the great podcasts that we have to offer. I will tell you that upcoming on the 25th, I get Christmas. Source material gets Christmas. And that being said, I invited Gavin Napier and Patrick Mullen to come on, and we discussed Christmas. Well, it was a list of DC Comics Christmas specials, the best ones. We picked 9. They had we each had 3. We brought our best one to the table, kind of synopsized what was in some of those and what our favorite ones were. Not only that, we talked about Lobo's paramilitary Christmas special, which was off the chain. You talk about a mature audience book for 1991 DC Comics Code. I mean, there was a battle between Lobo and Santa that was some of the most gory stuff I'd seen in quite a while, especially for a 90s book. You may want to check that out. It's dropping Christmas time coming up next Monday. Other than that, that's it. I'm turning it over to you, Coop.
Oh, boy, that's me. I'm wondering why the sheep was afraid, though. Is it because the doctor was coming? I don't know. Anywho, so shoot the doctor. I don't know why we're shooting the doctor, but
my God,
Julius
get
Erling
on with it.
or David Tennant have to? I mean,
fucking Doctor Who.
I mean, that's what she said. Oh man! All right, so for mine. There's this podcast. Mark's got it planned to fuck in April. The hell. You know what? If real life were DC Comics, I found fucking Calendar Man.
Indeed. Yes.
He released killer podcasts on holidays.
Oh, good one.
Thank you. I'll be here all week. Since I write our podcast, I don't fucking do it anymore, but I keep getting people liking the page. Facebook.com/Tender Podcast. SENTIRADR podcast. I still need to catch up on that Kamen Rider series before it's too late. Before I get to that point where I'm like, I'll wait for it to finish, and then I don't watch it. What the fuck is that? Who the fuck's listening to a fucking Hawaiian commercial? Jesus Christ on ice. W2Mnet.com, my buddy Sean Garmer. We share content with him, yeah. So they get some of our stuff, we get some of their stuff. I'll be on the New Japan Pro Wrestling Wrestle Kingdom 12 preview guide because that is going to be fucking lit. January 4th, kids. And, fun fact, January 6th, Access TV is showing a 3-hour best of Wrestle Kingdom 12 show. I mean, y'all should at least watch it. Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega, no DQ. I'm
gonna be good.
So fucking excited. Dude, you have no idea. It's going to be so fucking good. So, yeah, that's a thing. And ScrapingTheBottom.com, my buddy Kevin. It's his site for his podcast that I was on once with a dumpster fire. Much like my love life. We'll see if that changes. More at 11.
Okay. That's terrific. All right, folks. Again, the best of the Metal Hammer of Doom, if we can find any, next week on the Metal Hammer of Doom and the Radulich and Broadcasting Network. For Mr. Lonely Hearts, Robert Cooper, For the disapproving dad, Jesse Starcher. I am your mandated reporter, and frankly, I'm mortified, Mr. Mark Rattledge. Be well, be safe, behave, and have a Merry Christmas.
You've reached the Holiday Helpline. We turn the holidays into holidays.
Hi, the countdown to Christmas is on, and we still have tons of gifts to cross off our list. Help!
Time's almost up. Get to Old Navy today.
Old Navy?
Yep, right now the entire store is up to 75% off.
Up to 75% off the entire store? I'm on it.
Plus, Old Navy's got amazing last-minute gifts for the whole family for just $3, $4, and $5 in store and at OldNavy.com. Better hurry, it ends Sunday.
Gifts for $3?
Yep, last chance to turn your holiday into a holiday. Get to Old Navy today. Valid 12/20 to 12/24. Excludes gift cards, register lane items, jewelry today only, and 2-day only deals. You've reached the Holiday Helpline. We turn the holidays into holidays.
Hi, the countdown to Christmas is on, and we still have tons of gifts to cross off our list. Help!
Time's almost up. Get to Old Navy today.
Old Navy?
Yep, right now the entire store is up to 75% off.
Up to 75% off the entire store? I'm on it.
Plus, Old Navy's got amazing last-minute gifts for the whole family for just $3, $4, and $5 in store and at OldNavy.com. Better hurry, it ends Sunday.
Gifts for $3?
Yep, last chance to turn your holiday into a holiday. Get to Old Navy today. Valid 12/20 to 12/24. Excludes gift cards, register lane items, jewelry today only, and 2-day only deals.